Good morning, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining. I'm just going to give Facebook 2 minutes to get this video visible to everyone. Good morning.
Thank
Okay,
you. That's good.
just 1 second. I'm just going to share this video on your page, Dr. Gloria.
Okay.
I'm trying to do that. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining. Just give us 1 second. We are ready to go. Hello, Morel from London, UK. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. I think you have some security on your page, Dr. Gloria. I'm not able to share it on your page directly. So you might,
That's
yes,
because I actually have it blocked
okay.
most
You
of the
might have
time.
to
So
get it
only
on my page and put it on your page, please.
okay.
I have it on my personal page now. Okay, almost there.
So I can just share from your page.
Yes, and put it on
Okay.
your page. Yes, please.
Okay. Great.
Good morning, Morel. Thank you so much for joining. It's so good to see you today. Yes, good morning, Esther. Thank you so much for joining. Good morning, Sandra. Good morning, SJ Joy. Thank you so much for joining. Good morning, John. Thank you for joining. Good morning, Charles. Thank you for joining from Ghana. Thank
Yeah.
you. Hello, Izzy from Canada. Thank you for being here. Absolutely. Thank you. It's so good to have you. Hello, Dee from Virginia. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you. Guys, just do us a favor and leave a comment in the box below and let us know where you're joining us from. It's so great to have you here. Yes, we're used to being here on Monday, but it's a Tuesday and we're going to have fun with this. Good morning. Good morning. I can see a lot of us trying to jump on. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
joining.
Thanks, Trey.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Morel. Thank you. Yes. So, were you able to share this, Dr. Gloria, so we can get it
Yes,
started?
it's shared on my page.
Okay, great. So we can go. Yes, good
Okay.
morning. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. You're welcome to the Civilized Presence, and you are in the right place at the right time. Thank you for being here. Yes, we're usually here every Mondays and Fridays at 8:30 a.m. or 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Sometimes we have two guests, sometimes we have just one. But we had a holiday yesterday and we're here today. So today is a perfect day to learn from Dr. Gloria. So thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Yes, if it's your very first time, you're in the right place. Hang on tight. Grab your cup of coffee, pen and paper, because Dr. Gloria is in the house and you must be ready to write. She has a lot of great nuggets she's going to share with us this morning. Thank you so much. Good morning. Yes, this is a civilized presence, and I can see a lot of new people who are joining us. Dr. Gloria, it seems like there's a feedback from your end. Do you have another system that's on? Maybe?
I do not.
Okay. I think it's just going to go away, probably. I'm not sure where it
Okay.
came from,
All
but
right.
it's okay now. It's okay now. It's
Okay.
now.
Great.
Yes. So, if you're joining us for the very first time, we're having fun here, and we're always here every Mondays and Fridays at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And it's important that I let you know that we started this in the month of April, April 26th to be precise. And today is session number 50. So it's such a special day for me. I am so excited. I am so honored. And I am so grateful to God for making this possible, that we have been paddling this along. And this is session number 50. Can you imagine? We have come this far already. Guys, for some of you who have been there with me from when we started, I really want to say a big thank you. Thank you so much for joining. Yes, good morning, Fufu. Thank you so much for joining. I'm so sorry if I don't pronounce your name right, but I really do care about you and you mean so much to me. So I apologize in advance. Thank you. So, yes, we're here on Friday, and we had such a great session on Saturday. Sorry, we had Theresa Davis on Saturday, and we talked about civility and the differently abled people. So, if you didn't get a chance to be in that session, please make sure that you can go back to my page and have access to the replay. I still have it on my page. It's such a great video, great session, and everyone should listen to it. We've had really great feedbacks from that session, and I'm so grateful that we're able to do that. So, for those who have never met me before, my name is Louisa Akaiso, and I am a certified master civility trainer, a golden rule statesman, and a leadership expert. And if you want to know what I do, I work confidently with leaders and professionals that place great importance on themselves and their reputation. And that's going to be you this morning because you made out time to be here. So I say thank you. So the main focus of this Facebook series really is to help restore civility through meaningful and constructive conversations. And we've been doing this from the month of April. I've been working with different experts and different professionals from different parts of the world, different fields, really just showing you how important and easy it is for us to foster civility. It doesn't matter where you find yourself. So, what we've been doing is breaking it down into tiny little bits and getting you to understand how to apply it. So, every Mondays and Fridays, you kind of learn great contents that you can go home with and apply it. And you know what? We're here on a Tuesday today, and I'm really looking forward to this. I don't know how many of you had seen the flyer. I'm still having a feedback. Dr. Gloria, can you hear the feedback? It's a
I
little.
cannot. I
Okay.
can only hear you.
Okay, great. I was just having a
Okay.
feedback. If the video is clear, guys, if you can hear me clearly, just give me a thumbs up. Okay, it's very important that I know that you can hear me clearly because this video is for you. Yes, thank you so much, Morel. I can see that. Thank you. Yes. So, guys, just take a minute and just kind of share this video with your page. Share it on your page, on your personal page, on your business page. Can you just share this to friends and family, to everyone that you think should have access to this video? So do us a favor and they're just giving us some thumbs up, showing us some hearts, okay? Because with that, Facebook can do something really great with this content. They'll be able to make the video more accessible and available to a lot more people. So together, we'll be able to build a community of like-minded individuals. So some of you are new today, and so this is why we go through this again. So the first thing is I'm really going to share with you the definition of civility, and it simply means that, and that's the definition from civility experts, which I'm an affiliate with, that civility is a conscious awareness of the impact of one's thoughts, actions, words, and intentions on others, combined with a continuous acknowledgement of one's responsibility to ease the experience of others, example through restraint, kindness, non judgment, respect, and courtesy, and a consistent effort to adopt and exhibit civil behavior as a non negotiable point of one's character. So it is very important that you are civil. Good morning, Nene from Gambia. Thank you so much for being here. Good morning, Sandra from Nigeria. Thank you so much for being here. Good morning, Esther from Nigeria. Thank you so much for being here. For those of you who I haven't mentioned your name, I still do care about you a lot, but we have to go back to the deal for today. We don't have that much time. And Dr. Gloria is here, and I just want to. Good morning, Dr. John. It's such an honor to have you here. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you. That's Dr. Gloria's husband. I'm so excited to see him online. Thank you so much. So, if you thought the definition was a mouthful, of course it is. I want you to go back with something today, and that is civility is focused on positive people's treatment, paying attention to the person next to you, being responsible for your actions, okay? And easing the experience of the people next to you. Hello, Nene. Thank you so much for being here. So I'll share an example, and we can begin with little things like saying please and thank you, good morning, how are you, or even share a compliment like I'm going to right now. That Dr. Gloria, you look amazing this morning. Thank you so much for
It's
being.
great to be here with you.
Thank you. So, guys, just hang on tight. I am not the focus for today. It's Dr. Gloria. And if you saw the flyer, or if you're just joining us, the topic of today was leading from within. So, I'm about to hand it over to Dr. Gloria, but let me let you know who Dr. Gloria is, just in case you did not get to read the post. So, Dr. Gloria Burgess is our guest for today. And Dr. Gloria loves nothing more than inspiring others to create a bridge from what was and what is to what can be. And she is dedicated her entire life to doing just that. And she's a former executive in IT and human services. Dr. Gloria is now a sought after inspirational speaker and trusted advisor to Fortune 100 companies. Her focus is transformational leadership, engaging individuals and organizations in finding the vital core of their passion, purpose, and creative genius. Dr. Gloria is also an author, and some of her books that I shared on my post are Dare to Wear Your Soul on the Outside, Flawless Leadership, and Sanctuary, Restoring the Rhythm of Rest and Renewal, and Pass It On. Now, guys, I'm going to leave the link of Dr. Gloria's books in the comment box below so that you can order it. And I want to tell you guys, listen, you need to order these books. I was so blessed by Pass It On. And I couldn't hold myself. The last time I saw Dr. Gloria during the IMC conference, I had to wait to say hello and give her a big hug. I said, oh my goodness, what a powerful book. Everyone needs to read this book, guys. So I'm sure you can get it on Kindle, but I would prefer that you get the hard copy. If you're like me and you want to kind of highlight some things inside, I think you should get the hard copy. So I'm going to leave the comment, the link to her books in the comment box below. I will leave it here, or I will post it on my page so that you can go in and grab the books, and you're really going to enjoy it. Trust me. Dr. Gloria is such a great author. She's such a great teacher. Being with the JMT, I have enjoyed so many wonderful sessions from Dr. Gloria. She's one person that I wait to listen to anytime that she's going to come online. So that's just to show you why I'm so excited to bring her this morning. And you were blessed to have access to Dr. Gloria. Can you imagine you're not in GMT and you're going to have access to Dr. Gloria? She is so special to all of us. So Dr. Gloria, thank you so much for being here. Can you take a minute just to say hi to the audience, please?
Yes, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And Louisa, I just want to thank you for having me on as your guest. You are amazing as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gloria. Hello, Amy. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, JMT DNA is in the house. Thank you for joining us. Hello, Jeever from Malaysia. Thank you so much for being here. It is such a privilege to work with all of you. So, Dr. Gloria, how this works is really just questions and answers, and we begin the conversation. Sometimes we might have a question from the audience, and I'll pass it back to you. Yes, hello, Amy. Thank you. So my very first question to you, Dr. Gloria, would be, what does civility mean to you? Over to you, Dr. Gloria.
Well, thank you for that question. As I was listening to your definition from the civility professional group that you're associated with, it sounds very similar to how I think about civility, Louisa. I think about civility as being, that base of the word, being civil to one another, being kind, being generous, being grateful, being courteous, and being respectful. And as I was listening to your definition, I'm thinking, wow, this sounds a lot like, how I think about leadership and how I think about just
Exactly.
living and being very conscious about, who we are and how we show up in our relationships. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That's perfect. With the JMT, John Maxwell's leadership, it's value-based leadership. So I
Yes.
always say that it is the same message, but just different titles. It's the same exact thing.
Well, it's very, yeah, it's very, when I joined JMT, I'm one of the founding members. I thought, yeah, finally I found my people, right? Um, yeah, so it's very, like you said, the same principles, same ideas, different language.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So the next question for you would be, based on the topic of today, leading from within, can you please
Mm.
explain to our viewers what you mean by leading from within and what steps can one follow? Yeah, and you can use examples if you have to. Over to you, Dr. Gloria.
Yeah, so leading from within for me is really about, I mentioned who you are as being very important. I think about leadership in three big arenas. Most of us think about leadership as what you do, the external, what you do, planning, strategic visioning, interacting with people. So that's one aspect of leadership, what you do. It's also about what your knowledge, your skills, your competencies. But leading from within begins with who you be, who you are. And so, and especially in Western leadership, I've taught leadership now for about 35 years, and we don't teach that inner dimension very much. We teach the externals, we teach what to do and what you need to know, but we don't teach those character qualities that live and breathe within us that make us who we are, and how we do what we do as leaders, and what we know and how we use what we know is really determined by who we are on the inside. And I'm going to say not only who we are, but whose we are.
Yes. Thank you so much. Yes, morale says leading from within begins with who you are. That's correct. Hello, Audrey from Virginia. Thank you so much for joining. Hello, Frida. Thank you for being here, guys. I cannot focus on you. Dr. Gloria is in the house, and we have to get this done. So, Dr. Gloria, John Maxwell defines leadership as influence. And as one
Yes.
of the peer trainers in the GMT, what are the most important values to demonstrate as a leader, and how can one become an influential leader? Over to you, Dr. Gloria.
Yeah, well, that's a great question. So I'm gonna say a lot of things about values, and again, I truly believe that your character, who you are, the values that you have, that most of us aren't even aware of. We live our lives, we don't spend a lot of time kind of thinking about or contemplating our values, right? But people know us by our values. And for me, one of the most foundational values is the value of gratitude,
Mm,
and being, not only grateful and thankful, but also, gratitude is what connects us to other people. Gratitude is about relationships,
mm,
it's about time, and it's about place. And
mm,
so, gratitude is one of the foundational values. I believe that faith and faithfulness, being trustworthy, being somebody who people can count on, is a fundamental value as well. I mean, there's so many that we could go into, but those foundational values are gratitude and faithfulness.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, Sandra. Thank you so much for joining us. Hello, Izzy. Thank you so much for joining. Hello, Nena. Thank you so much for joining. Yes, and for those who are just joining us, you are onto the Civilized Presence, and you are in the right place at the right time. We are talking about the topic of today is leading from within, and this is Dr. Gloria Burgess, and she's just sharing with us her experience and expertise with leadership and how important it is for us to lead from within. So when I think about leading from within, Dr. Gloria, I think about self-awareness. When I think of
Yes,
leading from within, I think about a servant leader who is more concerned with what he is able to give on to the other people. And,
yes,
character is really very important, okay? Because I know that good character would help build trust, good character would help build great relationships with the people that are following you. Good character makes you bigger on the inside. than on the
Hmm.
outside. So, of course,
Hmm.
my next question has to do with character, because character is a big piece of leading from within. Now, how can you explain this to our audience? How important it is for a leader to have great character, and how can they build a great character? For those people who have been trying to lead and they didn't have such a great character, what can they do at this point? Over to you, Dr. Gloria.
Well, those are big questions, and they're great questions, Louisa. You mentioned self-awareness earlier, and I think one of the most important aspects of character is to be authentic. And what I mean by that is to walk in your own two shoes, and not only to walk in your own two shoes in terms of, following God's plan for you, not somebody else's plan for you. Because believe me, if you don't follow God's plan, somebody else has an agenda for you. So to walk in your own two shoes, and also to walk your talk. And what do I mean by that? Do what you say you're going to do. Make promises that you will keep. Make promises that you'll actually exceed, somebody else's expectations of what you're going to deliver. And if you can't do what you say you're going to do, let somebody know that, things have changed for you. Your intentions were there, but, circumstances may have shifted or changed. But show up. And again, I talked about gratitude as being about relationship. Being yourself and being self-aware is not only about you and your own self, but it's also being aware of yourself in relation to others, and knowing that your statements, your promises, your contracts, your yeses will have an impact on other people if you don't follow through. So being authentic, being yourself, walk in your own two shoes, walk your talk, do what you say you're going to do. In my book, Flawless Leadership, Louisa, I have a lot of different chapters, and I almost call them the Beatitudes, but that title was already taken, right? And so I go into things like, being grateful, being yourself, being a servant leader, as you mentioned, being intentional, being trustworthy, being courageous, being a dreamer. People want to follow people who have big ideas and who are inspiring and can help them get there. And so there are a lot more chapters that begin with that B, but they're all about character and the character qualities that you need in order to inspire and influence and impact other people.
Thank you so much. We have Pastor Rajan Naido from South Africa. Thank you, and he's part of the JMT. So JMT is in the house, guys. Thank you for being
Yay!
here. Thank you. Okay, so Dr. Gloria, I have another question for you. And guys, I want you to know that you can leave your comment and your question in the box below, because Dr. Gloria is in the house, and when she's gone, you don't want to pass the questions to me. I'm just teasing. But leave it in the comment box below. She can take care of the questions right now, and we make it more interactive. This session really is for you. Hello, Izehi from Canada. Thank you for being here. Yes, working your talk. Thank you. So if you have a question, please type it right away in the comment box below, and I can pass it on to Dr. Gloria. The topic of today is leading from within. So, but make sure that your question is related to what we're talking about. So leave it in the comment box below, and Dr. Gloria is ready to work with all the questions. And Morel is also a member of the JMT, and she's from London, UK, and she's in the house. So Morel, thank you so much for being here. We're so honored to have you here. Dr. Gloria, I have another question for you. I'm sorry, I'm just nailing you with so much questions,
This is
but
great. This is wonderful.
okay. So position, title, and authority are often confused with leadership. Okay,
Mm,
and many see leadership as those with power and position. And so this view of leadership assumes that leaders are the few people at the top of an organization. Can you please explain to our audience the danger of leadership as position versus being a civil leader? Over to you, Dr. Gloria.
absolutely. That's a great question. And I agree with you. A lot of people do confuse position, title, hierarchy, authority with leadership. And let me tell you something, a lot of people have the title of leader, but they're not leaders. They may be authoritarians, people who have been given organizational or what we call legitimate power,
Mm.
but they're not necessarily leaders. You can tell if you're a leader by looking either beside you or behind you to see if people are walking with you. I mean, it's really pretty simple. That's what we mean by influence. If you're influencing people, they're either walking beside you, linking elbows with you, or they're behind you. And you know what? Sometimes they're actually in front of you. I work for, as you know, part of my client group, a wonderful organization. I won't call their name, but it's a group of very progressive, hip, smart millennials. And you know, they like for me to come and talk to them about leadership because in their world, they don't use that they don't think about leadership, they just think about getting things done, right?
Mm.
And so there is no hierarchy, even though they have somebody who is the executive director, but the organization is a very flat structure. And
Mm.
so leadership happens by what needs to be done. And so if I have skills or competencies, I'm going to step up and do this particular thing. If you have it, you're going to take that role. And so leadership is a very distributed and shared proposition there. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And we have Nene says, bingo, not all positional holders are leaders. Yes, that's correct, Nene. When I heard Dr. Gloria said that, I said, ouch. People don't want to hear that. But I'm so sorry. Dr. Gloria is going to give it to you as it is. So this is why we have her in the house. So guys, yes, people are still jumping on, and thank you so much for being here. Now, this is the Civilized Presence. If you're just getting on, you might have to watch this video again on replay, okay? But the topic of today is leading from within. If you're just joining, that's okay. Bring on any questions that you have that's related to leading from within. And we have spoken quite a bit from when we started. So just drop the questions that you might have. Yes. Hello, Sandra. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Hello, James. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Yes, you're late to the party, but go back to the replay. It's so good to have you, though. Go back to the replay. Yes. So, Dr. Gloria, John Maxwell talks about self leadership as doing the right thing, even when you
Mm,
don't have to do it. And
yes.
I think sometimes that might be a struggle for a lot of people, whether leaders or everyone sometimes might struggle with
Hmm.
that. Can you
Yes.
share with the audience a great way to be able to have self leadership and really be in control? Over to you, Dr. Gloria.
Yeah. So self leadership. I'm going to say how we live our life, the decisions that we make, how we conduct ourselves and how we interact with other people. All of those things determine how we lead, not only how we lead others, but how we lead ourselves. I know I've heard John Maxwell say, you can't lead other people until you can lead yourself. If you can't be in charge of yourself, forget about leading other people. And that's the truth. People want to follow people who are responsible, who keep their word, who do what they say they're going to do. And it begins by doing those things at
Mm.
home. It doesn't matter who else is there with you. You have to hold yourself accountable. And if you can't hold yourself accountable, get yourself an accountability partner, because not all of us can be that disciplined. You know what I mean? So ask someone who you trust, who has your best interests at heart. Tell them what you are trying to do and say, and this is what I need you to do. If I, step over here, if I intend to go this way, but I'm going, another way, please call my attention to it, because I may not have that awareness on my own. And so get an accountability partner if you can't hold yourself accountable. And over time, you will actually develop that habit, that discipline, to be accountable for yourself. Not all the time, because sometimes we reach a growth plateau and we kind
Mm.
of get stale and flat, and then we need to start all over again with something else that needs work in our character. And so we, call on that accountability partner once more. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Hello, Hermana Joseph from the JMT. Thank you so much for being here. It's such an honor to have you. Please leave a comment in the box below. Hello, Teresa. Thank you for being here. just leave a comment in the box below and just let everyone know that you're where you're joining us from. This is the civilized presence, so we have to begin by saying hello to each other. If we're here, there's one thing to take back is just to be nice to the next person. So try and just say hello and just say good morning to the person next to you right here in the session, and let's make it fun. Thank you. And we're almost at the end of this, guys. So if you do have any questions for Dr. Gloria, please bring it on. It is very important, and we're ready to take on any questions that you would bring on. Dr. Gloria, I have another question for you. And we've kind of dealt with that before, but I think this is very important with regards to the topic of today that we really nail this on because we have people who are just joining. Mahatma Gandhi said that a man of character will make himself worthy of any position he is given. So for
Mm,
me, this simply means to me that character is the foundation of great
yes.
leadership. And now I know that we've been talking about a little bit about character and trust and all that. And I really want us to nail it back. I know we have a question now coming up from Morel. Remember, just give us 1 second. We're coming to that, Morel. And why is it so important that we pay attention to our character? Because it kind of means to me that without character, there is no influence. Without character, there is no leadership. So over to you, Dr. Gloria.
Yeah, so thank you for that question. I'm going to go back. So I make my living with words. I teach, I write, um, and I like to look up the definitions of words, not just Merriam-Webster's definition, but the old definitions. Character comes from an old practice, which is about incising, cutting into stone to make letters that are indelible, that are written in stone. So
Mm,
characters are, made with a sharp tool into hard stone. And so that's kind of one of the foundational pieces when I think about character, Louisa. Our character is who we are, that is just so deeply embedded in
mm,
us that we can't be any other way.
mm,
Okay. We show up that way because we have been incised. We have been poured into, if you will, by the people who raise us. Those are our parents, our adoptive parents, our foster parents, our teachers, our ministers, our pastors, our neighbors. All of those people pour into us. I was very fortunate in my life. I had my parents, my elders, my whole community, what I call my personal village, just pouring blessing into me. Speak up here, don't speak up here. Call this person by their Mr. and Mrs. Don't call them by their first name. Over and over. I got it at school, I got it at church, and I got it at home. And so that's how character is formed. And some of us receive a lot of positive pouring in, and some of us receive, kind of negative stuff, right? But whatever is poured in, that becomes what comes out of you. That becomes your character. So leading from within is really taking into account all of those people who have taught you, who've ministered to you, who've worried about you, who've prayed over you, and what you do with it is your character. Now, can character be changed over time? Yes, you can
mm,
shape and mold your own character as you become able to. When we become teenagers, young adults, and certainly as adults, we can start making different choices and taking on different values. We can then start recutting, if you will, remolding ourselves. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope that that example
absolutely.
makes sense.
Yes,
Yeah.
that really does work because that shows that you have when you're growing up. From what I gathered, a lot of people are pouring into you, and we hope that they're pouring the right thing into you.
Yes.
But as you grow up, you have a chance to be able to change it. So I
Yes.
do, I do, I do love that example that you've given. And we have a
Hmm.
question right here from the audience from Morel, and she says, "How do you teach children how to lead from within?" Thank you so much, Morel. Over to you, Dr. Gloria.
Yeah, thank you for that question, Muriel. What I was saying about how I was raised, That's how you do it. I mean, it's one day, one step, one hug, one smile, one encouraging word, one correction after another, day after day after day after day. I always, so my daughter is married now 3 years, and people always ask me, do I have grandkids yet? And I'm going, no. She wanted to get married first, and then the grandkids come after. But my daughter and her husband are not ready to have kids yet. And I'm so glad that they're not. Because if you're not ready, let me tell you something. You are going to pour probably a little bit of negativity into your child rather than the positivity that I've been talking about. So
That's
it
true.
really happens one conversation at a time, one meal at a time, one walk at a time, we used to take our daughter on long walks or drives or on the ferry just so that we could have that pouring into time with her. Did it, always sound like that? No. We listened to her. She shared her stories. She shared her, challenges and problems and all of those things. But it's that investment in time, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. It is a long road to hoe, as they say where I come from in Mississippi, and it's a journey of love, responsibility, and honor. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you for sharing that piece with us because a lot of us can resonate with this. I have a lot of questions sometimes when people asking me, when did civility come to existence? I said, well, civility has always been here. Our parents called it common sense when we're younger.
Yes.
You know, it's just that common sense just wasn't common anymore. And so I had to go to
Yes.
school, get certified to teach people how to have common sense. So it's been around for a long while. And some of us are blessed to have had the right people pour into us. And hello, Henry Samuel. Thank you so much for joining. He's a new addition to the JMT. He just joined this week. It's so great that you're
Mm,
here because I just thought about you
welcome.
and you showed up. Thank you. Thank you for being here. So,
Mm,
guys, this is a civilized presence, and we have been working with Dr. Gloria from 8 o'clock this morning. So, if you are just joining us, please try to watch this video on a replay. I'm going to have it on my page. If you don't find it on my page, great thing to do is to follow me on my business Facebook page. It's So Unique Experts. I am also on Instagram. So you can follow me on Instagram so that you have access to all of the contents that we're bringing. Again, like I said earlier on, we're here every Mondays and Fridays at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, sometimes at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. And we have different guests from different parts of the world. And I just want all of you to just show Dr. Gloria some love this morning because she got up so early to be here. It's 3 hours behind, guys. I really appreciate this, Dr. Gloria. You are amazing. Thank you so much for being here. Hello, Jen. And that's another GMT. Thank you so much for being here. GMT is in the house. It's just, guys, if you're
yeah.
not part of GMT yet, I think you might have to go and get registered because we have so many in the house today. Guys, thank you so much for all of your support. And so I just want you to know, guys, that we have some of our trainings coming up. I've been receiving so many emails from you, and thank you. Thank you for all of the feedbacks. It's been great. You've been encouraging me to do this. This is session number 50. I am so excited that we've gotten to number 50. So if you haven't seen any of my videos, you can follow me on YouTube. My name is Louisa Akaiso. Again, you can follow me on YouTube and you have access to all the great videos. This one will be on YouTube later today as well. So you do not have any excuse. There's no hiding way out to say, Louisa, I wasn't behaving the right way because I couldn't find the video. No, you can find the video. It's right on my YouTube channel. And we bring in the best of the best. The best of the best. Dr. Gloria is the best of the best. I am so inspired every time that I listen to this amazing woman speak. Thank you so much, Dr. Gloria, for being here. I'm going to have to go back to this video myself and listen to it because there's so much for me to learn and add on. Yes, we still have people jumping in, guys. I know we've gotten to the top of the hour. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And you can have access to this video on replay. Okay, thank you so much. So, for those of you who have been sending me emails about the training, Yes, we have one coming up in Virginia, November the 26th. We're starting Civility at Work certification program. And we also have the Courtesy Coach certification program coming up. And this for individuals and professionals who are interested in getting certified to teach civility in the workplace or to the young people. Yes, Yippee. Thank you, Nene, for all your support. Yes, thank you. So, guys, it's the top of the hour. I'm not going to keep Dr. Gloria any longer so that she will agree to come back another time. So I have to be civil myself.
Well, Louisa, can I just say a few words? I just want to thank you again for hosting this live broadcast. You are doing an amazing service.
Thank you.
There are so many people, as you mentioned, who have people who have poured blessing into them, and there's so many who have not. And you are doing such an amazing service. I remember when we met at the IMC, and you told me about your work, and I said, yes, you are doing exactly what we need at the right time. And
Thank
so
you.
thank you for modeling civility throughout this broadcast. And
Thank
I
you.
can't wait to see your other shows because, that's 49 for me.
Thank
So
you.
thank you
Thank
again for
you.
having me and thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's such an honor. And Morel says part two, please. Yes, we have to. Listen, Dr. Gloria is very busy, but as soon as she has a moment in her busy schedule, of course, this is something she enjoys adding value to people. But her schedule is really tight. So if she has the time, she will be happy to come back to us. So, but you know what? While you're waiting for the next session, go and grab her books from Amazon because that's still Dr. Gloria speaking to you. Yes, I did say I'm going to leave the link for you in the comment box below. Grab her books. Send her a message on Facebook. Just let her know how amazing she is. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, all of you. So, if you're just joining right now, I'm just going to kind of wrap this up and put it to an end. But remember that character boils down to three things that Dr. Gloria has shared with us: embracing good values, practicing self leadership, and valuing people that are around you. So, it was so good to have you. It was so good to spend time with you. And I hope to see you again on Friday at same time, same channel. Be here. Look out for my post. And bye for now. And have a wonderful day. God bless you. Thank you.